Approaching the kaleidoscope of butterfly wings, you see tiny human bodies attached with piranha-like maws tearing into a limp child? Hold on, I gotta read this one more time. Approaching the kaleidoscope of butterfly wings, you see tiny human bodies attached with piranha-like maws tearing into a limp child? I feel like there's a lot of different ways to interpret that. None of them are pleasant. Hello friends, welcome back to GM Philosophy in the Morning. I am the GM Philosopher, and today we are talking about the 23 best RPG story hooks. These are story hooks you can use when you're running games as a GM to really inspire creativity. If your players go off the beaten path and you think to yourself, oh man, I need an adventure hook, I need something, we got to keep this game going, then these hooks are going to be perfect for you. And we're going to dive through, I'm going to go all through these pretty quick. Now let me tell you where these came from though, just really quick. Stick with me. Every so often, in the GM Philosophy Discord, links in the description, we run a content creation contest. John Haney runs these contests, our lead moderator and lead counselor. John, thank you for all your help. And in February, the contest was this, Story Starter Creation Contest. This contest asked participants to create a resource that GMs could use to come up with a story idea in a pinch that they could use in their games. 5 GMs came up with 5 very different, very cool approaches. These 5 GMs basically were in the contest in the Discord. But at the end of the day, B. Lynn, aka the Daddy DM, won the day with a fantastic list of 23 RPG hooks. And those are the hooks we're going to talk about. Award-winning hooks that any GM could use in their games. Let's go. Let's dive right in. All right, starting in at number 1. The wench turns to bring back the steins of ale. You see her eyes flash, as though lightning flashed behind the surface of her eyes. Okay. Number 2. Investigating why there's a sudden cold snap, you find a dragon carcass. Its mouth is hanging open with frigid cold and ice rushing forth. Oh, cool. Okay. Number 3. There is a loud roar. A furrow plowed in the earth appears. Then a person is torn asunder near the end of the trough, but none saw anything. Okay. There's like a mystery. Number 4. You crest the hill and smell a terrible odor. Down below, you see someone laying on their side next to what looks like a pond of blood. Very open-ended. I like it. Number 5. The royal baker never leaves the queen's side anymore and commonly can be seen consulting with her before making any major announcements. Why the baker? Very interesting. They're having an affair. Number 6. A ship sails into a bay. You watch as a giant shark bites into the hull, breaking it in half, and then attempts to devour the survivors. Okay, roll for initiative. 7. Going to visit a new pioneer settlement. In the valley below, you see beings wearing animal skulls, launching spears into the town. That's crazy. Number 8. All the elves in the tavern fall over asleep as if by magic. This is crazy because elves actually can't be knocked out with magic. Someone near you says, shouldn't they be immune to a sleeping spell? I said it. See, that's the mystery. Very nice. Next one. Your group enters the pub and the room becomes silent. Everyone watches you cross the room and sit down as though you're going to explode. I like it. Social awkwardness. Next one. As the zombies approach, you hear their moaning. It sounds like, Mom, Dad, what's wrong with me? Next one. Walking down the road, a young bugbear strolls alongside and grabs the hand of the ugliest PC and says, do you know where Mom is? What? Next one. Sitting at the bar, you turn to talk to someone, and out of the corner of your eye, it looks like everything is covered in fire. Sounds like a religious premonition to me. Next one. You find a decrepit ship broken in half and partially buried in the side of a grassy foothills between a forest and a mountain. How did the ship get on land? That's the mystery, right? Next one. Young man says he found a ring that lets him vanish. When you scoff, he starts removing his clothes, saying it doesn't make clothes go away. Well, that's kind of funny, actually. That sounds like a leading up to a memorable moment, but is it going to work or not? I guess we're going to roll the D100s, huh? Next one. From the hill you stand on, you see across the Badlands. Purple lightning strikes the ground in the same spot over and over again. Guess we got to go investigate. They're going to want to roll Arcana checks to see if it's magical. Next one. You've been hired to collect a wayward groom and bring him back to fulfill his responsibilities to all the families involved. He tried to run. Love that. Next one. Stealing from those who were traveling by night, you feel like you didn't get much loot, but there is a strange chest of scroll cases. Okay. Got to start rolling random spell scrolls now. Next one. While buying from the merchant, a young boy comes in and says, "Pa, the goddess is waking." The merchant chases you out while closing shop. Okay, all right. All right, I'd bite on that one. Next one. Approaching the kaleidoscope of butterfly wings, you see tiny human bodies attached with piranha-like maws tearing into a limp child? Hold on, I gotta read this one more time. Approaching the kaleidoscope of butterfly wings, you see tiny human bodies attached with piranha-like maws tearing into a limp child? I feel like there's a lot of different ways to interpret that. None of them are pleasant. Next one. Long-standing charity is accused of kidnapping a small portion of those who they claim to help, and the individuals who disappear aren't heard from again. I once ran a session that had kind of stuff like that in it. There were like kids at the orphanage, but they were being used for nefarious purposes. They were like selling kids to this strange magical university. Very metal, very dark. Next one. A woolly mammoth comes charging from an alleyway, a creature no one has ever seen before, and you're not sure how it fit in the tiny alley. Leads me to think the alley is a pocket dimension. Next one. Waking up in a cave, uncertain how you got here. You see a centipede crawl across the cave mouth. Was it a giant or are you tiny? Oh, God. Oh, this is the beginning of one of those sessions. It's one of those sessions. Next one. The singer stops, takes a drink from a viscous liquid, and stares at the person who scorned them, whom gasps while grabbing at their throat. Sounds like you just witnessed a murder. That singer is definitely a bard, probably an evil bard, or at least a jealous bard. Anyway, I love these story hooks. These were, once again, created by author B. Lynn, and they were submitted to the content creation contest in the GM Philosophy Discord. Hey, you should jump into the Discord. You can grab this whole PDF, use any of these hooks, print it out, keep it with your stuff. If you need a cool adventure hook, whip out one of these, random roll on it, and guess what? You may just find that it'll lead to a cool adventure. Personally, I love adventure hooks. I love all kinds of things like this. So this is really awesome. I could totally see myself using this, actually. With that being said, even though I love plot hooks, that's not the only thing that keeps your adventures riveting, that keeps adventurers wanting to come back for more. You also need emotional resonance. That's why I've put together this premium ebook, The Advanced Guide to TTRPG Game Mastery. This ebook contains 50 pages, combining over 24 years of gaming experience to teach you everything I know about how to develop emotional resonance, to keep your players interested in the game, to keep them attached to the game, to keep them wanting to come back again and again. My deepest philosophies, insights, and tactics on how to run games that have intense emotional glue. I have had a lot of players tell me they don't even know how I do it, how I run sessions that make them feel like it's very alive and like they actually care about the story, they care about the NPCs, they want to keep coming back for more. And guess what? It's hard to quantify. It took me about 6 months to write this book, and I put all my secrets in it. So you're going to want to grab this. It's available for basically the price of a premium cup of coffee at your favorite coffee shop. Plus, when you purchase it, it helps to support the GM Philosophy channel and all the cool stuff we have going on. So make sure you grab that. Link is in the description. I really appreciate all of you. And I hope you love the book because honestly, it's the best thing I've ever created to help game masters run better games. What do you think? What was your favorite? Drop a comment and let me know. Thank you all so much for coming back for another episode of GM Philosophy in the morning. Roll some D100s for me at your next game, guys, and I will see you on the next one.